Have you ever wondered if Hollywood's richest stars spend their days popping champagne on private jets and hoarding designer handbags in multi-million-dollar mansions? Most people assume that the brightest names in showbiz must live extravagantly just because they can. But today, we're about to unravel a shocking truth that flips this assumption upside down. Some of Tinseltown's top earners don't just dabble in minimalism. They embrace it wholeheartedly. From multi-millionaire actors who ride public transport to pop icons still using coupons at the grocery store, these megastars prove that sometimes living simply isn't just a choice, it's a statement. Grab a seat and brace yourself for a cascade of surprising facts and rumors that will leave you with one burning question. If these ultra-wealthy celebrities can live like the rest of us, why do so many people assume you need a flashy lifestyle to be happy? Let's dive in. When you land the role of Batman, people might assume your private life involves multi-car garages, packed with Lamborghinis, and a cavernous mansion reminiscent of Wayne Manor. Christian Bale, who has an estimated net worth of $120 million, pulls off a masterclass in avoiding that cliche. Known for his intensity, whether he's losing a dangerous amount of weight for The Machinist, or sculpting his physique for the Dark Knight trilogy, Bale extends that disciplined mindset to his everyday finances. For one thing, he doesn't flaunt a fleet of fancy cars. Instead, Bale reportedly drove an aging Toyota Tacoma pickup truck for years. Think about it. A man who's played everyone from a slick billionaire vigilante to a Wall Street psychopath is content puttering around in a truck that's nearly 2 decades old, even when studios roll out the red carpet, offering luxury suites during filming. He's known to say, "No thanks," opting instead for simpler accommodations that help him focus on the role at hand. But Christian's legendary frugality isn't just about a car choice. He rarely employs a staff of personal assistants, preferring to handle grocery shopping and errands on his own. Some of his co-stars even joke that if you met him at a local farmer's market, you might never guess you were standing next to an A-lister. Why does he live this way? Rumors have swirled. Maybe it's a reaction to entering showbiz at a young age and fearing he might burn out or lose everything if he's not careful. Or perhaps Bale just sees the extravagance around him and wants no part of it. Whatever the reason, he's sticking to his guns. As he said in various interviews, he values normalcy, privacy, and authenticity, far more than being known as another millionaire actor gone wild. If you find that shocking, brace yourself, because the next star openly admits he sets himself a strict monthly allowance, despite raking in hundreds of millions of dollars in record sales. Let's kick things off with a man whose name has become synonymous with both cinematic greatness and quiet humility. Keanu Reeves. You've likely seen him battling digital agents in The Matrix, or transforming into a lethal Avenger in John Wick. He's the iconic star who could, in theory, have anything, yet his day-to-day choices often seem downright ordinary. Born in Beirut and raised across multiple cities, Keanu had anything but a stable upbringing. His father left when he was still a toddler, and frequent relocations made childhood feel unsettled. On top of that, he navigated dyslexia and tragic personal losses, like losing his best friend, River Phoenix, far too young. Yet even after pulling in an estimated $140 million from the Matrix franchise, Keanu didn't vault into a life of endless opulence. Instead, the rumor mill churned out incredible stories of him quietly giving away millions to special effects crews, makeup teams, and various behind-the-scenes staff who rarely get the spotlight. Keanu's living situation also breaks the usual celebrity mold. Forget sprawling hillside mansions with ocean views. He's been spotted for years residing in a relatively modest apartment. When asked about it, he shrugged and claimed he simply wouldn't know what to do with extra space. His generosity and humility aren't limited to big gestures either. Photographs of him using public transportation and politely offering his seat to strangers have gone viral multiple times. There's even a story of him standing in the rain for 20 minutes to get into his own event, refusing special treatment. It's no wonder he's sometimes described as the nicest guy in Hollywood. But beneath these heartwarming anecdotes lies a deeper question. What drives someone with vast wealth to live so simply? Some speculate he's deeply influenced by the tragic losses in his life, believing that material things can't fill emotional voids. Others think it's just who he's always been, a man who'd rather share a sandwich on a park bench than host an extravagant A-list banquet. One thing is clear, Keanu has shown the world that genuine kindness trumps the hollow prestige of wealth any day. Yet, believe it or not, Keanu is far from the only superstar defying Hollywood's unspoken, spend it all mantra. If you think his minimalism is shocking, wait till you hear about the next actor who played the caped crusader, but balks at the idea of living like a billionaire. Lady Gaga. The name instantly conjures images of outrageous costumes, jaw-dropping performances, and some of the most iconic pop anthems of our generation. Whether she's stepping onto the Grammys' red carpet in an egg-shaped vessel or sporting a gown made of raw beef, Gaga loves pushing boundaries. But behind that theatrical persona, she's surprisingly thrifty. You read that correctly. The same woman whose net worth skyrocketed to over $300 million after a series of smash albums and sold-out tours has been spotted clipping coupons. One story claims she was so excited about nabbing a big discount at the grocery store that she snapped a selfie with her coupon stash. Then there's the tale of how she continued living in her tiny $1,100 per month apartment in New York City long after she became a household name. Why? She simply didn't see the point of upgrading to a huge penthouse if she was always busy touring or in the studio. Of course, Lady Gaga does indulge in some unique ways, like hiring paranormal experts to sweep her mansion for ghosts. Some might find that outrageous, but in Gaga's mind, it's more worthwhile than stockpiling designer handbags she'll never wear. She's also deeply involved in philanthropy, using her platform and resources to champion mental health issues and LGBTQ+ rights. It's a curious duality. An artist who turns heads with bizarre fashion choices, yet is rumored to have very few credit card charges beyond her creative needs. She's living proof that you can be both a flamboyant performer and a financial minimalist. But if that's piqued your curiosity, wait until you hear about the feisty Oscar-winning actress who kept living in a modest condo while her franchise was raking in hundreds of millions. Look at the music charts any given year, and you're bound to see Ed Sheeran perched near the top. He's that singer-songwriter who can captivate crowds with just an acoustic guitar and the sincerity of his lyrics. It's no secret he's made a fortune. His tours alone have been known to pull in well over $600 million cumulatively. So how does a global phenomenon with a net worth, often pegged at over $200 million, keep from going financially overboard? For starters, he still uses a bank account he opened as a student, one he's famously described as basic. He's gone on record about giving himself a personal allowance of around $1,000 a month. That's right, the man who can fill stadiums from Tokyo to Toronto has effectively put himself on a tight budget. While $1,000 isn't small change for many people, it's astonishingly humble compared to what most superstars burn through daily. Rumors once claimed he'd splashed out millions buying various properties across England, constructing his so-called Sheeranville. And there's truth there. He does invest, but even so, he rarely flaunts it. Often, you'll find him living a low-key existence, picking up bar tabs for friends and cooking at home rather than frequenting Michelin-starred restaurants. He's even stayed with celebrity friends like Courtney Cox for extended periods, crashing in spare rooms instead of booking fancy hotel suites. But what drives this humbleness? Some speculate it's linked to his early struggles before hitting it big, years when he couch surfed and performed on street corners. Others say it's just how he's wired, more interested in writing heartfelt music than in indulging in showy pleasures. Whatever the reason, Ed's unwavering modesty remains one of his greatest charms. And believe it or not, he's not the only entertainer who forgoes the glitz. The next star was once the face of a billion-dollar film franchise, yet he's got a bizarre obsession with vintage audio gear and a house that's more cozy hobbit hole than modern-day palace. Halle Berry soared into the Hollywood stratosphere, winning an Oscar for Monsters Ball and turning heads as a Bond girl. Her net worth is estimated around $90 million. Yet if you caught her off guard at a local thrift shop, you'd probably think she was just another bargain hunter looking for hidden gems. In interviews, Berry has talked about her modest upbringing, raised by a single mother who taught her the value of every penny. That frugal mindset stuck. When she first moved to New York to pursue acting, Berry reportedly spent time in a homeless shelter and at the YMCA before landing her breakout roles, an experience that left her forever aware of how quickly fortunes can change. She's known to keep an eagle eye on her budget, even after she gained stardom. "If I go broke tomorrow, I don't want to blame it on pointless spending," she once remarked. But that hasn't stopped Halle from living life on her own terms. She still loves style and fashion. She just hunts for deals, rummaging through clearance racks or exploring consignment stores for one-of-a-kind finds. And while she's had her share of big Hollywood paychecks and brand endorsements, Barry keeps her circle tight. Word has it that her smaller, more intimate celebrations or gatherings are legendary. After all, it's not the price tag on the party that makes it memorable. It's the people. What's fascinating is how her approach resonates with fans. Barry has cultivated a loyal following, not just because of her on-screen performances, but also for her authenticity and willingness to say, "Yes, I'm rich in net worth, but I'm not above a deal." Up next, we're taking a peek at one of Hollywood's cutest couples, who ironically choose wedding rings from Etsy and want their kids to grow up understanding that money doesn't grow on palm trees. If Hollywood gave out an award for most surprising frugality in a power couple, Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis might snag first place. They have a combined net worth surpassing $140 million, yet they're famously practical. From their modest wedding rings, purchased off Etsy for less than $200 total, to their stance on limiting gifts for their kids. When they first tied the knot, the internet buzzed with disbelief that two A-list actors would bypass high-end jewelers and instead turn to an online craft marketplace. But Mila has explained that she just couldn't see spending thousands of dollars on rings they'd wear daily. Instead, she found simple platinum bands that matched their down-to-earth vibe perfectly. Their parenting approach follows the same logic. They want their children to understand that material things aren't the ultimate goal in life. Rumor has it they even skip elaborate holiday presents, asking extended family to donate to charities instead. It's a matter of teaching them from an early age that mommy and daddy may have $1, but you're poor, Mila jokingly explained in an interview, emphasizing that their kids have no personal claim on the fortune that mom and dad accumulated through years of hard work. This is especially intriguing when you remember where they came from. Mila arrived in the US as a child immigrant from Ukraine, while Ashton grew up in rural Iowa before catapulting to fame. Both credit their humble beginnings for shaping their philosophies on money. Next up, you'll never guess how one of the most eccentric pop superstars on the planet manages to live a double life. Extravagant on stage, but surprisingly grounded behind closed doors. Critically acclaimed for roles in the Hunger Games franchise and lauded for her performance in Silver Linings Playbook, Jennifer Lawrence stands among Hollywood's elite. She soared to become one of the highest paid actresses at a blistering pace. Yet for an extended period, J-Law was perfectly happy living in her compact Santa Monica condo, and not exactly flush with the decadent decor you'd expect from a star commanding multi-million-dollar paychecks. Rumor has it that neighbors sometimes encountered her in the hallway and didn't immediately realize that the friendly young woman was the lead of a billion-dollar film series. She'd stroll around, do her own grocery runs, and even haul her own laundry baskets, always ready with a quip or a joke, reminiscent of her easygoing talk show appearances. This modest approach extends beyond her choice of housing. Jennifer is well known for being a thrifty shopper, occasionally snapping up discounted items and rummaging through vintage stores. She's joked about feeling self-conscious when wearing high-priced designer dresses on the red carpet, claiming she can't wait to change into something more comfortable. Moreover, she's put serious money into philanthropic efforts, such as donating millions to hospitals and children's charities in her home state of Kentucky. So it's not that she refuses to use her wealth, it's that she prefers to channel it in ways she finds meaningful, rather than plastering it on her walls or flaunting it on social media. And there you have it. Tales of megastars who, by all accounts, could be reveling in outrageous luxury, yet choose simpler paths. From Keanu Reeves giving away millions to film crews and riding the subway, to Christian Bale driving around in a decades-old truck, to Lady Gaga quietly coupon clipping between her jaw-dropping appearances, each of these celebrities dismantles the assumption that rich must equal flashy. What's even more intriguing is why they do it. Some say it's personal conviction, shaped by tough upbringings or life-altering tragedies. Others believe it's a strategic choice to avoid the pitfalls of fame. or a moral stance against the wasteful spending that's become normalized in affluent circles. Then there's the effect on fans. Seeing these stars embrace minimalism often resonates far more deeply than if they flaunted endless extravagance. So what do you think? Does adopting a modest lifestyle in the midst of massive wealth make these celebrities more relatable? Or do you suspect it's just another PR tactic? Share your thoughts below and let us know if you've ever been inspired by a celebrity's surprisingly simple ways. After all, if these multimillionaires can stay grounded, maybe we can all learn to find joy in the little things, proving that true happiness can't be bought, no matter how big your bank account is. Which of these celebrity lifestyles surprised you the most, and why? Let's keep the conversation going in the comments. And who knows, maybe their stories will inspire a little frugality in the rest of us.